Hey everybody, welcome back to Goodale Farm. I'm Peter. So for today's video, I'm going to work on the tractor. I'm actually going to take the backhoe off of the tractor. So a little bit of an instructional video on how that's done and just some of the tasks around getting it done. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so what we have is a Mahindra 1710 backhoe. It's on my tractor, which is a Mahindra 2516, and this backhoe is the kind that not only attaches to the back, but then also has the frame and the rails that run all the way through and connect to these pins down here. There's one on this side and one on the other side. So I have another video out there on how to install it. Today I need to remove it because I have some other work to do with the tractor. So the first thing you need to do is find a level spot to put the backhoe in. So the best spot for me is right where this trailer is, trailers, and I'll move these out of the way so I have a nice spot to put the backhoe. Okay, I think I'm in position here. A couple tips I like to do is put platforms underneath the touch points, so both feet, on both sides, and then I'll have a block here for the bucket when it goes down. Another thing related to just a tip is in the hot summer months, when you can, put this seat in this position. This way the sun's not baking on it, because when you sit on that thing and the sun's been baking on it, it doesn't feel good. All right, let me get everything in position and start taking the backhoe off. The objective is to have the backhoe completely independent of the tractor while the hydraulics are still on. So the two main points are right here. We have this hook. So that this top hook part, that's part of the tractor, and that round pin rod is the tractor itself. There's one on this side and the one on the other side, and then the other points that we need to connect or disconnect, are these pins here, one on this side and then the one on that far side. So if these are loose, like this one's nice and loose, no tension, this one a little bit of tension, but I'll see if I can loosen that one up a little bit by playing with the hydraulics, and once those are loose, we just remove those pins. On these front pins, this one here is nice and loose. I'll be able to take that one out, but the one on the other side there, I've tried with the hydraulics trying to loosen that up, and I really don't have time to play with it. So I have a floor jack I'm going to use to jack up the tractor the right way, or jack this bracket up to loosen it up. So I'll take this one out by hand because it's loose, and then I'll go on the other side with the floor jack. Alright, I jacked it up. I got this one nice and loose. I'll be able to take that out. But, when I was taking the other one out on this far side, the clip that holds it in place, when I went to go unsnap it, the thing went flying somewhere. And being that you're working on the grass, you can't hear it hit. I was looking all over for it. Couldn't find it. Took a good 10 minutes, and I said, forget it at this point. The thing flew way over here to the front, way over in front of the bucket, over here. It's crazy. You're working in the grass sometimes, heck, even working on an asphalt or concrete floor, a nut or a bolt drops. It's impossible to find it. All right, with the front pins out from here, I have them resting up on here. Now I'll turn the tractor on and play with the hydraulics, lift it up a little bit to get these back hooks free. And then once they're free and the backhoe is resting on its own arms, I'll be able to pull the hydraulic hoses off and then pull the tractor forward. All right, let me try to get it balanced. I just remembered one thing from when we took it apart. I need to put something underneath this main frame for it to pivot on. That's where I had to jack it up last time. So let me put some cinder blocks or some blocks of wood here, and I'll be all set. Okay, the trick are these extension arms to have the backhoe rested on that. I mean, I did prop this up because the extension arms gave way over the winter time. This bucket here, I just have it resting on that block of wood, but that's irrelevant in getting it jacked up. So you can see the bottom brackets here are resting on the ground the way it should be. I'm going to disconnect the hoses, and once I do that, I should be able to pull right away. You can see here that these hooks, they appear I can pull away. I put a little bit of WD-40 on that in case it helped, but let me get at the hoses and I'll show you what that's all about. All right, so one hose to disconnect is this guy here. I think I called it the long one in the earlier video. This port will just be empty once I remove it. All right, with that removed, I have it here. I just have to snake it back down through the frame and I'll have it resting on the ground. All right, with that long one out, you want to bring it forward so that when you pull away from the tractor, you're not running it over. And then the next tool you have to deal with is this one here. So I'll disconnect, leave the female as part of the backhoe, and then the male will come and loop around, and where I have this one coming through from the backhoe, I have to remove it off of here. I marked it with a C. Remove it off of here so that this male will be hanging down. It will open up this port here that I would then take this one, if I got it on camera right, this one that I'm going to remove now, put that in that open port. So let me get to that. All right, I got them all removed. I have this one looped back around into that port. This one is really hard to get to. I got to look to see if they sell an extension, because if I could have an extension brought out just a little bit, it'll be easier to get to it. All right, so with everything disconnected and the backhoe should be on its own, let me start the tractor and pull it away. Okay, my friends, so here's what it looks like when it's all said and done. We got it removed. I'll probably cover up over here to keep it from the weather. Here were the connection points. I'll wrap that hose back around into this frame here, probably cover it with a bucket. And that's where we are. So we're all set here. We'll call it job done. Everybody, thanks for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you found it useful if you have one of those tractors in the backhoe. So until next time, have a great day.